Hey guys, this video is on the origin of a temporary yet quite interesting team of Marvel, the Fearsome 4, based on the House of M storyline. House of M is one of the greatest comic issues of Marvel, the occurrence of which led to a number of side stories too. The House of M story starts where Scarlet Witch wants things to be normal in her life, but can't, so goes nuts. The X-Men and the New Avengers end up with a decision to kill her because she was getting uncontrollable lately and goes berserk. Her brother Quicksilver then hatches a plot to save her, and she makes an alternate reality where mutants rule the earth, led by Wanda's father Magneto. In this reality, every superhero she knows has got what they want and favors mutants and some exceptional human beings more. So, as an alternate reality is created, the fate of the other superheroes change and the story goes beyond Magneto's family. One of the side stories is based on Doctor Doom and showing the fate of the Fantastic Four. So before Reed was Mr. Fantastic and Susan was the Invisible Woman, they were both scientists and astronauts observing cosmic phenomenon. They were accompanied by Ben Grimm, the best friend of Reed, who said, "Reed does the talking, I do the walking." In this reality, the comics cover says that after an unfortunate event, they observed cosmic radiation which fundamentally altered their DNA.
The cloud has fundamentally altered our DNA.
But they could not survive it and never became the Fantastic Four. But Ben survived as he got his rigid structure and his level of intellect actually decreased, making him look like a dumb monster. In this reality, Von Doom runs the prosperous nation of Latveria, and the spaceship of Reed crashed in the seas under the Latverian border, and the people of the ship informed Von Doom. Von Doom took Ben as his pet and named him the It instead of what we know as the Thing. And they took the couple's corpses to research and finds a dimension where things are actually in their favor, and his wife and son gets their power for the first time from it. Sort of the dimension we see in this new shitty Fantastic Four movie. And his wife Valeria becomes the Invincible Woman and his son Christoph becomes the Inhuman Torch. And it being the first member, they are led by Victor Von Doom. And thus comes the origin of the Fearsome Four. So the main Fantastic Four had these characters and the new Fearsome Four has these, with the Thing and the It actually being the same person. Von Doom used to abuse the It and put him in a cage. I'll be telling its consequences soon. John Jameson was with Reed on their ship during the accident and died with them. Who is he? He is the astronaut MJ dated in Spider-Man 2. In this reality, Johnny Storm or the Human Torch is alive. He didn't go with them, so alive and without any powers. Reed and Sue already had a son, Franklin Richards, but without any powers because his parents didn't have any and died. He was left an orphan, and in House of M, Emma mentioned him as an orphan. Earlier I said they were temporary. How? The lust for power of Von Doom. Like the rest of the world, Victor was under the feet of Magneto serving for him, which he hated, and his mother also teased him a bit about it, and they thought of taking over the House of M. Thus, by trick, they put Magneto's family into the dimension, defeated them and left them there. Earlier I told you about a consequence, right? It is the It turned against Victor. And he let Magneto and his family come back. They were angry as hell. And a huge number of mutants came to rescue Magneto, their king, thus letting Magneto take his powers. And the fun part is, while doing so, he made Victor look like Mr. Fantastic. And that's how they were sort of grounded and the Fearsome Four were diminished by issue 3. Well, that being said, Marvel has a permanent Fearsome Four having Howard the Duck, She-Hulk, Nighthawk and Frankenstein's monster as the members. Well, let's just review their origin. Reed and Sue were married human scientists and astronauts. Once out in space, after an accident, they mutated and died. And Victor researched on that and making a dimension, his family, his wife and his son got their powers. And along with Bane, who was saved in that accident, he made the Fearsome Four. Well, that's about it then. Goodbye for today. If you like it, please subscribe and stay tuned for my next videos.